WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. It's been 4 days since Governor Tate Reeves issued a statewide shelter-in-place order. Since then, all counties across North Mississippi have been following the governor's lead by issuing their own curfews. Our Cash Matlock joins us live from Oktibbeha County with more on why counties are making these moves and how law enforcement plan to enforce the orders. Cash?
Well, Joey, I spoke to different officers from different counties, and they all pretty much said the same thing. If you have a legitimate reason for being out past curfew, then you have nothing to worry about. Officers say determining non-essential travel from essential travel just takes a little common sense. Winston County has issued a mandatory curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sheriff Jason Pugh says during this time, officers will be looking for very specific behavior.
What we won't tolerate is people that are out stalking our businesses that are already suffering because they're not open. We're watching our local businesses. We're watching our local residences. The intention is to protect our citizens.
However, Pugh says officers will not be stopping every car that comes along.
If you have to be at work, if you have things you have to do, we are making those exceptions for legitimate reasons.
On Monday, the Oktibbeha County Board of Supervisors met here to enact a curfew set to take place over the next 30 days, with violators facing up to $1,000 in fines and up to 30 days in jail.
When you say curfew, that kind of people understand that.
Oktibbeha County Sheriff Steve Gladney says when one county goes under a curfew, it can cause trouble for neighboring counties who are not under a curfew.
So everybody thought it was okay to come to Oktibbeha County, and we broke up large gatherings all weekend where people were partying and that type of thing.
Gladney says his officers are only targeting large gatherings of people and suspicious activity.
If you're coming through a neighborhood at 2 o'clock in the morning driving slow, it's a pretty good chance you're going to get stopped. You might have a good reason, you know, may not have a good reason.
With the shelter-in-place order, there really isn't much reason to be out anyway.
So there really are not a whole lot of legitimate things that somebody would want to be out doing under this shelter-in-place order after 9 o'clock.
And the sooner people will start going by the guidelines, the sooner we'll get back to normalcy. So.
Noxubee County is also issuing a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Violators could face up to $500 in fines. Reporting in Oktibbeha County, Cash Matlock, WCBI News.
Mississippi is nearing 2,000 positive COVID-19 cases. The Mississippi State Department of Health is reporting 177 additional cases today. This brings the state's total to 1,915. There are now 59 people in the state who have died from the coronavirus. 9 counties in the WCBI viewing area have reported deaths. The state's numbers show at least 574 people have been hospitalized. People ages 40 to 49 have been diagnosed more than any other age group just by 2 or 3 cases. Now 51 kids ages 0 to 17 have also tested positive. Ventilators that are Mississippi made. That's what a team of doctors at the University of Mississippi Medical Center has been working on. So far, they've built about 170 ventilators using a garden hose, lamp timers, and an electronic valve. These devices have been tested and show promising results, but would only be used as a last resort if the hospital was to ever get into a situation where it ran out of FDA-approved ventilators.
Commercially available ventilators are fancier. They do more things, they're a little bit more efficient, but the basic concept of a ventilator is not sophisticated. You need a connection to the lungs. You increase the air pressure, air flows into the lungs, you release the pressure, air flows out. And so the role of this ventilator is if there's nothing else available.
UMMC has filed an emergency use authorization to the FDA, and that has to be approved before these ventilators would be allowed to be used in the fight against COVID-19. Now, you saw it there in that press conference. Folks are wearing masks. Health professionals are recommending everyone wear a mask in public. WCBI's Bobby Martinez tells us why this could help. He joins us live with the story. Bobby?
Joey, MEMA and the CDC are urging anyone leaving their home to wear face masks. They say this is one way to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Before you hit the road, don't forget your face mask. That is what the CDC is asking people to do to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. Brandy Krajewski, Public Relations Director for Winston Medical Center in Louisville, says it is important that people follow the governor's shelter-in-place and guidelines provided by health officials.
By people not taking it serious and not covering their face and not, doing the general hand washing that they're supposed to be doing, the 6-foot rule, the social distancing, and things of that nature, we're going to see more people infected with this. We're trying to, get to a point where this is not as bad as we've seen it.
And for those who may wonder what exactly a mask can do during this time,
basically the masks are supposed to be utilized to serve as a tool to possibly keep those who have it and don't know it from transmitting the virus to others.
And if you are in need of a mask, Krajewski has a suggestion.
The CDC.gov website has a pattern where people can get on there and kind of know how to create their own mask.
In an attempt to shed light on the importance of wearing face masks during this time, law enforcement is also stepping in. Starkville Police Chief Mark Ballard says his department is adding face masks and protective gloves to the patrol uniforms.
Our officers are expected to be leaders, so when CDC says and ask every American to wear a mask and protective equipment, we're going to lead by example. And what we are asking the general public is not to be afraid or scared. This is just a common protection protocol to protect the men and women in law enforcement.
And if you would like to learn how to make a face mask from the comfort of your home, I'll have all that information on the website at WCBI.com. For now, live in Columbus, WCBI News.
We've had some wet weather around our region today. We got rid of most of the heavy rain. However, we have some additional showers trying to flare back up here as we go into the early evening hours from 82 towards I-22, sandwiched right in there. We have some more showers here. We'll be continuing with that as we go throughout the next couple of hours. Your Alpha Insurance Camera Network in Columbus, Louisville, Tupelo, and Vernon shows the overcast conditions along with those showers. So I think right now we'll have those rain chances dwindle for the next few hours here and then just become cloudy later tonight. Temperatures are in the 60s. I think we stay in the 60s all night long, so no major changes there. Tomorrow, I think we're warmer, much warmer. 80s. A chance for some storms during the day and maybe some more storms tomorrow night. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
With tighter restrictions on stores and restaurants, city budgets are starting to feel the impact of the coronavirus. Starkville aldermen will discuss delaying employee pay raises that were to start this month. If approved, city leaders would reconsider the higher pay in June. Aldermen will also discuss a 60-day hiring freeze. The Director of Parks and Recreation and Water Treatment Operator positions would be exempt from the freeze. Another item on tonight's board agenda is a suspension of travel and equipment purchases for the next 60 days. Existing projects would also be exempt. Aldermen will also discuss continuing administrative leave with pay for city staff until the next board meeting. We'll have an update on this story tonight at 9 and 10. Monroe County Electric Power Association customers are one step closer to high-speed internet. WCBI's Allie Martin tells us about a partnership between the utility and a company that will help customers bridge the digital divide.
The agreement between the Monroe County Electric Power Association and Kansas City-based Connexon will provide broadband services to nearly 11,000 customers. Connexon will provide services such as network design and engineering, construction management, and customer support for the broadband service. It is a big step in an expensive undertaking.
This is a $30 million project, and we want to make sure it's designed correctly.
Barry Rowland is general manager of MCEPA, which was the first electric co-op in the country. The electric co-op will form a subsidiary called Impulse Fiber, which will handle day-to-day operations of the broadband service. On Monday, Osmos, a Georgia-based company, will begin preliminary engineering work for the fiber network.
What they're going to be doing, you may see them come to your home or on the side of the roads looking at poles, but they will go to every single pole. They will check clearances, they will do permits, crossings, where it be railroad, waterway, state highways.
It is a long process, but Roland says he has heard from many customers who are eager to connect to a world-class broadband network.
With the schools, the situations we're dealing with, we've actually allowed Wi-Fi access in our parking lot here. And one of our members, she thanked me because they come here and they watch their church service. And so, you know, I think it's going to be great for the whole communities that we serve.
MCEPA will start construction on the network by the fall or winter. The first customers could be online by early next year. In Monroe County, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
It will take 4 years to build the entire network for all customers in the Monroe County Electric Power Association cooperative. A West Point woman accused of murder puts her fate in the hands of a judge instead of a jury. We hear her sentence when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. A West Point woman accused of killing her father-in-law pleads guilty to murder. Latoria Brownlee entered the plea this morning in Clay County Circuit Court. A 2017 Thanksgiving Day fire killed William Brownlee Sr. Latoria was arrested several weeks later and initially charged with capital murder. Today, she was sentenced to life in prison. Winston County investigators are asking for help finding a stolen car. Deputies say an ocean blue 2012 Nissan Altima, similar to the one you see on your screen, was stolen from West Front Street in Noxapater. The license plate number is on your screen. Tools and cables were also stolen from a Noxapater telephone company truck across the street. Investigators believe the thefts are connected and happened late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. If you have any information, a $500 reward is being offered by Winston County Crime Stoppers. All right, Keith, a few showers out there today.
Good day for ducks,
yes.
as they say. Maybe
no
some
doubt.
storms tomorrow.
Well,
warming up here, Joey. You know, it's April. We'll see some storms from time to time. We may have 2 rounds tomorrow. Some could pop up in the afternoon. Well, we may see another batch come on in tomorrow night after midnight. We'll explain all this and take a look ahead at your Easter weekend next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Plenty of rain in some spots out there today. Our Louisville, Mississippi time lapse shows you that wave of showers, even some thunder out there today. Nothing too terribly strong, nothing severe, of course, but we will take the rain if we can get it. It'll help the things that are around your yard, the plants, what have you, growing this time of year. Tupelo live view there, and not a lot of active weather at this point, although there are some showers trying to redevelop here. At Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, we are overcast, and same story in Columbus, we are overcast with some showers around North Mississippi and West Alabama. Where we did see the rain earlier today, really lined up from Greenwood to Winona to Louisville, 1 to 3 estimated by radar. Not as much to the north or to the south of that stripe right there, but just about everybody got at least some rain today. You can see we're flaring a few more showers back up as we go into the early evening hours. Those showers will go away, and then we'll just be basically cloudy overnight. So a little bit of rain in the near term, mostly cloudy when we wake up in the morning. As we get into midday tomorrow, temperatures will start to moderate, upper 70s to low 80s, and we may start to bubble up a few isolated showers and storms during the course of the afternoon. If these do happen to flare, we may see some localized gusty storms and maybe some hail with this. No widespread severe weather expected during the day tomorrow. Can't rule it out, though. That activity will go away tomorrow evening, so we'll get into this lull after midnight, probably after 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. There will be a big batch of storms to our north that will try to move into North Mississippi and Northwest Alabama. It could fall apart before it does so. You don't really see a lot here. It can't be ruled out at this point. So tomorrow and tomorrow night, we're keeping it basically in this level 1, level 2 category. Wind, hail, the main concerns here. So we'll keep you updated as we go throughout the next 24 hours. And for our Easter, a long ways away, but we're watching out for the potential for some rain and storms. And if things go right or wrong, depending on your take, we may see some strong storms somewhere in the region. So we'll keep you updated on that later this week. If you're hanging out at home tomorrow doing some work, well, 60s and then some 80s in the afternoon with a chance for some of those spotty storms. So highs should be back into the 80s. Today we had a little bit of a reprieve from the heat. If you don't like the heat, well, today was your day. But I think we're back into the 80s tomorrow. Unseasonably warm, winds from the south and southwest at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. So warm tomorrow. Those storms early Thursday will get out of here. Most of Thursday is looking good. Cooler Friday, 60s. Most of Saturday is good. Highs around 70. There's an active weather potential for your Sunday, and then some quieter weather as we get into early next week.
More coaching changes coming to the high school football landscape. Those details next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
The coronavirus outbreak has caused a lot of unusual change to the game of baseball. The MLB can cut the draft down to 5 rounds, and the NCAA has given another year of eligibility to spring athletes. Oddly enough, this might have a positive effect on the competition level in college baseball. Mississippi State head coach Chris Lamona shared his thoughts. Take a listen.
We keep saying, man, we got a chance to be really good, and then I always follow it up with, I think everybody thinks they have a chance to be really good. So you're going to see college baseball at its highest level in this upcoming year, maybe 2 years, because of the influx of players in the game and the way the draft hits everything. I think you'll see more high school seniors going to a school. So it's going to be interesting, and it'll be very competitive, and we're already in a very competitive league. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure our fans will enjoy it.
Although the 2020 softball season was cut short, Mississippi State didn't need a full season to break records. The Bulldogs finished ranked 20th in the NFCA poll, which is the highest final ranking in school history. WCBI caught up with head coach Samantha Ricketts on what that means for the Bulldogs' future. Take a listen.
We try to look at a lot of this as a positive, and instead of looking at what could have been, where we could have finished, I think we'll take that as a, hey, there's a goal for us that we accomplished, and how do we move forward from that for next season? Our goal is still to host the first regional at News Park, and that's something that we were, I think, on the right track for, and that we want to continue to work for in the future.
Ricketts also said that she has begun conversations with upperclassmen that will be returning, saying that so far so good. Every player the Bulldogs have spoken with plans to return. It only took 24 hours for the first domino to fall following former Mississippi State head coach Vic Schaefer's untimely departure to Texas. Forward Chloe Bibby announcing on Twitter Monday evening that the junior has officially entered into the NCAA transfer portal. Bibby saying in her post that she came to the decision after long discussions with her family, while also thanking the Bulldog fan base for their support over the last 3 years. After suffering an ACL tear her sophomore year, Bibby returned to the floor and averaged 7.5 points per game for the Bulldogs in the 2019-2020 season. The high school coaching landscape continues to change day by day. Monday evening, Tupelo head football coach Trent Hammond resigned from his position with the Golden Wave. Hammond spent 7 years at the helm of Tupelo football, leading the Golden Wave to a 64-24 overall record and 1 state championship appearance. Since then, the official announcement has come that Hammond is now the newest defensive coordinator at New Albany. Another high school football coach's resignation coming down the pipe just hours ago. First reported by Dennis Clayton of the Daily Journal and confirmed by WCBI, East Union head coach Kevin Walton has resigned from his position with the Urchins. Walton has led East Union for the last 5 seasons, finding success in each one. Under Walton, the Urchins have made 5 consecutive playoff appearances and back-to-back division titles, both of those coming in 2018 and 2019. Walton finishes his time with East Union with a 35-24 overall record. Walton has not confirmed whether or not or where he might be going in the future. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
A boyhood friend of Elvis Presley and historian at the singer's birthplace and museum has passed away. Guy Harris grew up with Elvis in East Tupelo and stayed in contact with the singer after he became a superstar. Harris was the historian at the Elvis Presley birthplace and museum and would share his memories of his boyhood friend with fans from around the world. The lifelong Tupelo resident was a regular at the annual Tupelo Elvis Festival, and he was honored by Tupelo in 2018 for his work promoting Elvis's legacy to tourists. Guy Harris was 81 years old.
Cloudy and showery across parts of the region right now, especially from 82 north towards Tupelo and I-22. Some wet weather still at this hour. That goes away. A chance for some additional showers and storms tomorrow and tomorrow night. As we get into the end of the week, fairly quiet, a little bit cooler there on Friday. We're watching Easter Sunday, Joey. Also tomorrow, too, can't rule out some severe weather. Easter Sunday could be interesting, but that's still a long ways off.
Yeah, and good to see some sunshine on that forecast, too.
Throwing some sun into the mix, always good.
Yep. All right. Well, Keith, thanks so much for that forecast. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a great night.